Hello and welcome to the big picture. After nearly half a century of periodic protests and agitations for a separate state of Telangana, it is set to become a reality in a day or two. The Lok Sabha passed the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Bill this afternoon in unprecedented circumstances when the telecast of the proceedings were stopped. The bill was finally passed unanimously even as the members and even some of the ministers from the Seemandhra region continued to raise slogans and protest against the passage of the bill. The BJP, which had taken an ambivalent stand on the issue, however, finally supported the bill, making the passage of the bill possible. Meanwhile, the government has offered quite a few concessions and economic package for the Seemandhra region, which includes an industrial corridor from Vizag to Chennai, among others, and special status under Article 371(2). However, the proponents of the United Andhra have criticized the passage of the bill and have declared an Andhra Bandh tomorrow. What will be the impact of the division of the state of Andhra Pradesh and how will it help or affect both the regions? We will discuss all this today with Kishore Chandra, Union Minister for Tribal Affairs and Panchayat Raj, who hails from the Seemandhra region, Asaduddin Owaisi, MIM MP from Hyderabad, PDT Achary, former Secretary General Lok Sabha, will be on the phone line, B. Muralidhar Reddy, Deputy Editor of The Hindu. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Kishore Chandra, I would like to come to you first. It is being said, and it actually is, that history has been made after so many years and so many decades of such, so many agitations, people losing lives. Finally, the bill, the separation of Andhra and Telangana has happened. You think that this was inevitable?
You see, this has been a long-standing demand. It's been there for many, many years. As you yourself put it, it's for a half a century.
Right.
This has been going on. And you see, fact is that never was Telangana actually an integral part of Andhra Pradesh in cultural terms, in realistic terms, because this was actually under the Nizam.
Right.
So everything was different, and I think someday or the other this had to come.
Okay, so I mean, you are reconciled. Though you come from the Seemandhra region, right in the north of Andhra Pradesh, you seem to be reconciled to this division. But your colleagues from the Seemandhra region continues to be, they don't seem to have got reconciled. They are calling for bandhs. You think that now that this has become a reality, it is time for everybody to accept the reality and move on.
You see, the fact is, this was included in the Congress manifesto,
right,
in the year 2004.
Right.
I'd like to take you a little back.
Right.
It was in 2003 that signatures were collected from members of Legislative Assembly from Telangana region.
Right.
And the High Command actually was then persuaded to include this. And it was at that time itself that we had an alliance with the Telangana TRS party.
Right.
And since then, the commitment has been made. And I think all those who have gone by the Congress manifesto, the Congress party, have accepted this in the principle.
Right.
And it's, in fact, 10 years have lapsed.
Right.
Since actually this commitment was made, and ultimately it's come today.
So you think that the Congress party has done the right thing now?
You see, Congress party has said it has to do it. So whether it's done the right or wrong is something should have been decided in 2003 or 4. So I think there's no time to debate the question of whether it was right or wrong. The decision was taken then and it's been implemented now. The fact that it took 10 years means that, you see, there's been a long process of consultation, there's been some hesitation, and actually the party has taken different kinds of opinions on this. The Sri Krishna Commission was appointed,
right,
and we've gone all along with the established norms and procedures before we coming to this decision.
Okay, I mean that is a very, I mean yours, I have to say this on record that yours is one of the most sober voices coming out of the Seemandhra region in the cacophony which we are seeing and all kinds of violence which are being threatened. We are glad that there are some sober voices like yours. Let me come to Mr. Owaisi. Mr. Owaisi, you think that this was inevitable? You think that finally what has come out with all the amendments which we have seen, which have apparently been moved by the Home Minister himself. I am told that there are several amendments which have been moved to the official amendments moved to the bill. Are you happy with the final shape which it has shaken, which it has taken?
Sir, there's a lot of noise from your
Okay,
background.
let me repeat.
But anyway, the little I could understand, and I have understood some of these questions. So
No, my question is, are you happy with the final shape the bill has taken after all the amendments which have been moved and passed in the Lok Sabha?
well, there are so many. The law and order of Hyderabad city only being given to the governor is unconstitutional. You know, 7th schedule of our constitution is very clear, law and order is state subject. Article 246 clearly says that proposed clause 8 in the bill is unconstitutional, ultra virus. I don't understand that 8 districts will be controlled by the Telangana chief minister and 1.5 of Hyderabad and the surrounding Rangareddy would be taken over by the governor. What kind of, law you have passed in Lok Sabha today? And definitely this will be challenged by me in the Supreme Court. The same bill is passed in the Rajya Sabha. And you don't talk about creation of a separate Telangana High Court. Where in the world can you give an example of a common capital? Congress party will suffer again in 2019 because in 2019 the issue of Hyderabad will still remain relevant. Parties like Telugu Desam or Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy would say that no, we have a stake in Hyderabad and the joint capital concept should continue. I don't know what Congress has done today. And tomorrow, if you have a right-wing government which believes in uniform civil code, which believes that we'll bring back quota, the same method would be adopted as it has been adopted today. Who will stand up and oppose then? We have created an unhealthy practice. And lastly, what kind, was there an internal emergency in the country or there were threats or the country was under attack that the live telecast of Lok Sabha was stopped? The speaker should come on record and say that who advised her. It was a completely wrong advice. Like we are elected representative people, we go there and the nation has right to see what we are doing, what wrong or what right we are doing, and the telecast has been stopped. The press can enter and watch the proceedings, but not the people of India. I totally I don't disagree, because I cannot say I condemn it, because then again I'll be casting aspersions on the highest chair of the speaker.
Okay, you have raised some very important issues, Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev. I think I think you need to answer some of the questions which have been raised by Mr. Owaisi. He talks about the unconstitutionality of Section 8 of this, where the governor will be handling the law and order situation, and also the question of High Court, and also a very key issue, I am sure, about which you also would be thinking about stopping of the telecast, which is an unprecedented event which happened today.
You see, I'm first of all, let me start by saying that I'm not a legal luminary. But however, let me add that, you see, there have been instances when governors have been given special powers. Now, if it is unconstitutional and if somebody goes to court, the courts, it's the prerogative of the courts to decide whether it is within the framework of the constitution or not.
Right.
Therefore, you see, this is nothing new. I think earlier on the governors have assumed powers in special situations. And if it has to be, if it has to go for judicial review, then so be it.
Right.
Now, as far as the court is concerned, I think the bill clearly mentions that there will be a separate High Court for Andhra Pradesh.
There is.
So if there's a separate court for Andhra Pradesh, it also
Right.
yes, of course.
I'll come to you, Mr. Owaisi. Let him finish. I'll come to you. Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, Mr. Owaisi, I'll come to you. Let him finish.
Well,
Yes, Mr. Dev.
you see, from what I have said, from what I have read in the bill, there is a provision which says that a new High Court shall be established in the successor state of Andhra Pradesh.
Absolutely.
Now, as far as the Lok Sabha proceedings are concerned, you see, that is the prerogative of the Speaker. You know, Parliament is the highest temple of our democratic polity.
Right.
And I don't think it will send a good signal to the people to see bedlam, misbehavior and hooliganism happen in this august body. Because if people lose faith in democracy, we will go in for anarchy. What do we want? Do we want a kind of a army rule, or do we want anarchy? Do you want people marching into the house from outside and storming the parliament? If that is what we want, it's different. But the speaker, in her discretion, has thought that it would not be proper to broadcast these kind of scenes, and therefore she must have ordered that these telecasts should be stopped. I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong in this.
You think it was a reasonable decision that she took? You're talking about bedlam and things like that. People in this country have witnessed enough bedlam in this house, in both the houses, in fact, of the parliament. I'm not even going to go into what has been happening in the legislatures of the state. But why do this on a day when such an important bill is being passed?
See, why not do it on a day when such an important bill is passed? Is the counter question that I'd like to ask. And as I've mentioned earlier, this is the discretion of the speaker, and therefore I would not like to comment or discuss this.
Okay. Mr. Owaisi, you say that there is no separate high court, but section 31 of this bill says that High Court of Judicature at Hyderabad to be common high court till establishment of High Court of Andhra Pradesh. So what is the problem? Just like Hyderabad will be the common capital, there will be a common high court till a new court is established.
No.
Okay.
No. The reason I have put forward my amendment and moved it today,
right,
is that number one, there is a virtual divide between the bar and the bench on regional lines. And the High Court of Resident State can be housed over there. I mean, if you read, I have the bill in front of me.
I also have the bill in front of me.
Creation of a High Court is through. Yes, the creation of a High Court of Telangana has not yet started.
No, certainly not.
The bill could have easily said that we are creating a separate High Court. Yeah, listen to me. You're not allowing me to say.
No, please continue.
Creation of a High Court could have been. Creation of a High Court could have been done through this bill. Now we are hoping that a separate Telangana High Court will come into existence. You see, hope and reality, there's a huge difference. That is why we are saying that now tomorrow, if a separate High Court of Telangana has to be constituted, a separate bill in Parliament has to be brought in. Now, by a simple legislation, you could have created appointing of judiciary. That is the job of judiciary. Already the bar and the bench is divided, and separate High Court is not there. And I'm very surprised that a senior member of Parliament like Mr. Kishore Chandra says that law and order has been given to governor. Where? 371H in Arunachal Pradesh, that is a bordering state, sir, and in Delhi, and that through a constitutional amendment. You are touching the basic structure of constitution by taking away law and order and giving it to governor. That is not allowed. And if that is the case, why is it that all the political parties are not agreeing to that prevention of communal violence bill? Because it is an attack on federalism.
Mr. Dev, would you like to react before I go to my other guests?
Well, I've already said what I've had to.
Okay.
And, if the matter is justiciable, the courts will say what they have to.
Okay. Mr. Achary, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Achary, the question today of what happened in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Owaisi feels that the decision taken by the speaker to not telecast the proceedings and the way the bill was passed there is a problem. You think that the speaker has this discretion to have these proceedings telecast or not telecast? Is it completely at her discretion and it cannot be called unconstitutional or illegal or whatever which some people are trying to make it out to be?
See, I have to make two comments on this.
Yes.
One is that the speaker has the power to stop the telecast whenever she thinks that it is necessary in the interest of the smooth running of the procedure.
Right.
Speaker has the right, and Speaker has the power, and nobody else has it.
Right.
Now the second thing is that by stopping the telecast, live telecast,
Right.
we are actually depriving the people of India who are watching this an opportunity to see what happens in Parliament.
Right.
Now, these are the two things.
Right.
Now, the telecasting arrangement was introduced by the former Speaker, Secy Chatterjee, with the purpose of bringing Parliament closer to the people. So that was a very laudable object.
Okay.
Now, if you stop telecasting, certainly, the people won't be able to watch it. To
Right.
that extent, certainly they are deprived of their right to watch the proceedings. But
Right.
at the same time, when it should be stopped and all that, that is the decision of the Speaker. The
Right.
Speaker is the best judge, and the Speaker has the power to decide when the telecasting should be stopped and when it should be resumed and things like that.
Okay. I'll come back to you, Mr. Achary. Let me go to Muralidhar Reddy. Murali, you think that now that this has become a reality as far as Lok Sabha is concerned, and it's expected that by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, this bill would be passed in the Rajya Sabha also. You think now that that it has become a reality, people of both sides, both the Simandra and the Telangana region, they would accept this reality, get reconciled to it and move on? Or you think that you think that there is trouble ahead?
Well, there will be an uneasy existence for quite some time, particularly because Hyderabad is going to be the joint capital, and it's inherent in this arrangement is inherent. I mean, it creates serious issues, as Owaisi was also mentioning. You will have a situation where the governor will be the ultimate authority as far as law and order issues are concerned. That's one serious thing. Second, you have a... Hello? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah. See, I was saying that the issues are inherent in the very nature of the arrangement. After all, you have a situation where Hyderabad is going to be joint capital for next 10 years, and as Owaisi very rightly pointed out, this law and order...
Yeah, please continue, Murali. I can hear you.
Yeah, the governor will have the ultimate authority on law and order issue. That was, in fact, Sharad Pawar had raised this issue when the Union Cabinet cleared it for the second time.
Right.
And it was clarified that only when there is a difference of opinion on law and order situation between the two newborn states, the governor will come into picture. Otherwise, the law and order, the police and all that will be under the control of the respective states.
Okay. It says that the assistance of police versus from the central government is success. There's a little ambivalence on this issue. But Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev, coming back to you, you think that that some of the package which has been offered by the centre for the Simandra region, the new state of Simandra region, you think this should at least satisfy the people of Simandra, people who are feeling who are going to lose Hyderabad, because of which all this agitations and all these problems which we hear about is basically because they are losing Hyderabad. So you think that these economic packages which are being offered by the centre should make up for it?
You see, the economic packages and other facilities which have been, or the special packages which have been offered,
right,
should be first explained to the people.
Right.
People should be made to understand and know what they are. In fact, everything that we've asked for has been accepted, except two things.
Right.
One is accepting Hyderabad as union territory, and it is not practical to do so.
Right.
And the other thing was to divide Rayalaseema and add 2 districts to Telangana. So this was also, I think, not acceptable, because Rayalaseema is a different region, and I personally felt that a separate region should not be divided further.
These two,
so except these two,
the two districts,
concessions which have been given.
The two districts which are the 2 districts you are
the
mentioning?
2 districts
yes.
They are of Anantapur and Kurnool.
Right.
You see, there was a demand that Anantapur and Kurnool be attached to Telangana, and I have always held the view that you either attach all the 4 districts or don't attach them at all.
Right.
And I don't think it was it would have been proper also to divide Rayalaseema further.
Right.
And as far as UT is concerned, UT was not practical right from the beginning. The only reason for this demand was because of the intemperate threats that were dealt by some of the TRS leaders to people from the Simandra region,
Right.
who felt insecure, the students, the government employees, several people, entrepreneurs who had invested in the greater Hyderabad region. It's for their security and concern that this demand was being made, and this is precisely why this special power to the governor was asked for only as far as law and order is concerned.
Right. But what about, you're talking of all the rest of the demands were accepted, which were, if you can point out some of the major demands which have been accepted, I think it would help the viewers also to understand.
You see, yes. You see, like for example, an industrial corridor from Visakhapatnam to Chennai.
Right.
Then treating the state as a special category state, the entire new state of Andhra Pradesh.
Right.
And then the sanctioning of several institutes like an All India Institute of Medical Science type of super medical speciality institute with the teaching facilities also, an IIT, an IIM, several research centers, a tribal university, and many of these other demands which were made by us were conceded to.
Right.
And I think this will make a big difference in developing the Andhra region, which has a long coast. We have rich minerals, we have rivers, we have water. We only need a little bit of time, and we require some money to build a new capital and to invest initially.
Okay, so you are more or less quite happy with what has been offered, and you think that this should satisfy the people of Simandra region at least. Let me come, Mr. Owaisi, how do you look at this whole devolution of funds and also these things which are to the Simandra region? One of the points which is made is that Telangana, despite this long pending demand, there is more sentiment attached to this demand for a separate state of Telangana. But at the end of the day, it is Simandra region which has all the resources, which will continue to have all the resources, mineral resources, and Telangana will really need a lot of assistance to develop as a good state. Do you agree with that?
After reading the bill, I am of the firm opinion that in terms of development packages,
yes,
the residuary state of Andhra Pradesh has got more. And not treating Pranahita Chivadla as a national project and treating only Polavaram as a national project is a grave injustice to the new state of Telangana. Why? Because if Pranahita Chivadla is treated as a national project, it will cater to the energy requirements of the whole state of Telangana, which is going to be a deficit state.
Right.
Secondly, please understand that as far as Hyderabad city is concerned, which is now an obnoxiously going to be a joint capital, which I totally don't agree with it. Hyderabad has only 1 TMC of assured water supply, whereas as of now the requirement of whole GHMC area, which is going to be the supposed joint capital, we require at least 16 to 20 TMC of water. Now, by not treating Pranahita Chivadla as national project, where will we get the water from? Where will we get the funds from? That is a project of nearly 15 to 20,000 crores. Now, Government of India should have given national status to Pranahita Chivadla. And please understand that there are so many problems. There are going to be so many pitfalls which will be there, and I hope I am proven wrong, because if the amendments which I had moved, if the government was sensible enough, they should have taken care of all those. But unfortunately, even the Telangana Congress leaders were quiet on it.
Murali, do you think that Mr. Owaisi has a point there that he's still not happy? I'm sure today the Telangana proponents, the MPs, especially the Congress MPs, were celebrating, and Mr. Owaisi still has some serious doubts. You think he is justified?
I think he's raising some very valid points on the possibility of a serious clash, which is. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
it. Please.
No, what I'm saying is Mr. Owaisi is right, because by making Hyderabad a joint capital for the next 10 years, you have allowed a situation where there will be eternal tension between the two states, and it's not just about governments. There are people, the secretariats are going to be there, the students are there. It will be a very, very uneasy situation, and the tensions can flare up anytime. And then
Mr.
the second point that he has talked about,
Yes.
water problem for Hyderabad,
Right.
and treating one particular project as national and leaving the other side. I think these are issues that should have been highlighted or supported by the Telangana MPs, who seem to be jubilant at some cosmetic things.
Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev, very quickly, last words to you. Despite all this, which has been pointed out by Mr. Owaisi, and I'm sure some other people will also have problems, you think that all these initial, would you say that these would be initial hiccups, or you think that there are dangers of it getting, prolonged and creating more tensions?
You see, it's only as we go ahead that we'll find out what these problems are. But Owaisi has raised a very serious issue, important issue regarding water.
Yes.
I am not aware of this, but this is something which has been decided by experts, and I think the Telangana leaders must have discussed it. So I'm not in a position to comment on that, but certainly water is required, whether it's for Telangana or for Andhra Pradesh. Now, as far as the joint capital is concerned, let me mention here that I personally was against this proposal of a joint capital. In fact, to me, it makes no sense. Because the moment you divide the state, I thought to myself that there are places in Andhra Pradesh, in fact I had named Visakhapatnam, where we have enough facilities to immediately shift the capital to.
Right.
And in fact in the Chhattisgarh and in Jharkhand, the moment it was announced, the capital was shifted to Raipur, to Ranchi and to Dehradun in Uttarakhand. That could have easily been done, but a majority of my colleagues, people from the party and others, thought it better to have a common capital, and therefore ultimately that decision was taken. But as far as that concept is concerned, I agree with OIC that once you divide the state, actually I have to be frank with you, I don't see any meaning in having a common capital.
Okay, I think on that note we need to end. Probably it's one of the most sober debates ever held on the issue of Telangana. Unfortunately, we couldn't get somebody from Telangana on the show, but the fact that Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev from Seemandhara has been a very sobering voice on this issue, and we hope other people from Seemandhara will listen to the saner voice of people like Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev, and we hope that this division of the state will be done and will be done peacefully, and we'll wait and watch how it will all proceed. Thanks to all my guests, Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev, Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi, PDT Achary and Muralidhar Reddy. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue on Big Picture, same time tomorrow.